A rectangular lawn has a length of 3x meters and a width of 2x meters. Okay, I could see that in the question. Here's the lawn. They've labeled it lawn, and its length is 3x and its width is 2x. So you could see that in the question. The lawn has a path of width 1 meter on 3 sides. Okay, so there is the path, and it's 1 meter wide all the way along. The total area of the lawn and the path is 100 meters squared. So the area of this big rectangle, right, the total of both of them is 100 meters squared, and they want us to show this expression. Now you should know how to do this from experience. Let's look at how you do this. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to consider the dimensions of the big rectangle. So if I think about the big rectangle, that distance there is 2x, and I know this distance over here is 1 meter, so the width of the big rectangle is 2x plus 1. I'm going to go through the same process to work out the length of the big rectangle. So that distance there is 1 meter. The length of the shaded bit or the lawn is 3x. They told us that. And this distance here is 1 meter. So the total length of the large box, or the path, and the lawn, this big rectangle, is going to be 3x plus 2. Okay, so I know the area of the lawn and the path is 100 meters squared. So that means length times width, area of rectangle, is going to be 100. Okay, so the area of the whole rectangle is 100. The area of the length and the width, so remember, the length is 3x plus 2. The width is 2x plus 1. This is the algebra expression that I need to work out, and that should give me this expression that they asked for, 6x squared plus 7x minus 98 equal 0. Alright, I know this is going to turn into a quadratic because I have two brackets being times together, and I just need to take my time with that. So 3x times 2x is going to give me 6x squared. 3x times 1 is 3x, so positive 3x. Plus 2 times 2x is plus 4x, and plus 2 times 1 is plus 2. If I just tidy this up, the middle bit, that gives me 6x squared plus 7 plus 2. And I need to balance this up. But if you compare this to the answer that they want, I've got a 6x squared, I've got a plus 7, and here is a minus 98. Now you could think about how I could get minus 98. I need to make it all equal to 0. On this side, I have 100. So I need to get rid of that 100. If I take away 100, right, plus 2 minus 100 is going to be minus 98, and that's what I wanted. Okay, so I put that in, minus 98. It looks pretty much the same as the question that they asked me. I'm just going to swap sides, right, swap things around, make it equal to 0 as opposed to 0 equaling it, and that's exactly what they want. So here's my answer as required. This is a straightforward question. There are only 2 marks for this, so that means that they expect you to be able to do this confidently. Okay, let's look at part B. In part B, they want us to calculate the area of the lawn and show clear algebraic working. They want us to work out the area of that whole lawn bit. So if we knew what x was, we could work out the area of the lawn. We could find the length and the width and then work out the area of the lawn. So let's use the equation that we just worked out in the previous part. And this is actually quite typical of this type of questions. You have to use this equation, use the quadratic formula, minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a to help you solve this. Okay, and in this case I know a is 6, b is plus 7, and c is minus 98. I'm going to plug those into my quadratic formula. Okay, use a lot of brackets as you're taught, right? So put brackets around the b, brackets there, brackets around the a and the c, and then the a down here as well. Take your time with it. Put this into your calculator, work it out for plus, and then work it out for minus, and you should get 2 values. You're going to get x is 3.5 and x is minus 4.66, right? One of the things you need to recognize with regard to that negative number is because x is a distance, it can't be negative. So my answer is going to be x is equal to 3.5. Now using that 3.5, I could come along here, right, to my diagram. What's 2 lots of 3.5? That's going to be 7. What's 3 lots of 2.5? That's going to be 10.5. So the lawn has a length of 10.5 meters and a width of 7 meters. To work out the area of the lawn, 10.5 times 7, and there you have it, 73.5 meters squared. This is again a straightforward question. It's worth a lot of marks, and if you're very competent at this, you should be able to do it and get a lot of marks here. This is almost 10% of the marks for the paper, right? Papers out of 80. You should be able to get this, no problem at all.